Okay, hey YouTube. First of all, I apologize if this video runs a little long. There's a lot I have to say about this topic, and I have very strong feelings about stuff like this, so I apologize if I ramble a little bit. This is unedited. So, recently, yesterday, I saw the video of the AC bus transit fight, and my first thought was, first of all, what is wrong with you? You're picking on a 67-year-old man who simply misunderstood you, and he's got something to prove, so obviously he's going to be Mr. Big Man and say, oh, I didn't say shit or anything like that. And it's like, yeah, you did. You're just trying to start something. And the guy gets up to walk away, just like, okay, I don't want to deal with this. And the other guy could have left it, but he pushed it because he's got something to prove. He's like, oh, I'm the bigger man here. And how big of a man would you have been if you beat up a 67-year-old man? Like, really? So, excuse me, sorry, I keep touching my face. I'm thinking. So, my next thought was this poor guy, you watch the video and then, the part you didn't see, where it's him yelling in the streets and they kind of square up like they're gonna fight, and then they don't and he walks away. What he's saying, I'm not gonna get killed and stuff like that. I think, based on the Marine's tattoo and his age, that he's probably a Vietnam vet. He is probably also suffering from some sort of post-traumatic stress disorder, because you could tell the guy was upset. It wasn't yeah, I beat you, he was proud of it. You could tell he didn't want to do it, but he was also he didn't want the other guy to take advantage of him, and so he got upset. And the people who were filming it, they were egging it on the entire thing. They can't deny that they weren't, because you can hear them talking in the bathroom, "Ooh, you go up and get him, you go," and then they're obviously egging him on. The fact that her in her public apology video, she didn't apologize to the man who, if it weren't for them, that, I don't want to say it wouldn't have happened, but I don't know, I think they kind of egged it on, and they just added to what was just a simple misunderstanding of him thinking that the younger man wanted to shine his shoes, when actually he was just, pulling the race card on him. I won't go into that because I have my own thoughts on that. Maybe I'll do another video later. But, yeah, it's just stuff like that really gets me mad, because that poor guy, he did nothing wrong, It's not like he beat the guy into a pulp. Well, sort of, but that's, it's not his fault he throws a good punch. But he stopped, after he hit him, and the other guy's cowering, and then later he has the nerve to say, I'll kick his ass, I'll kill him and stuff. It's no, you just got your ass handed to you. You're not going to do anything to this guy unless you get 10 of your homies or whatever and bring your guns and bats and stuff. And I guarantee you, if it was a one-on-one with guns, this guy would still probably beat you, because he's a trained Marine. And this video kind of proves, once a Marine, always a Marine, because those punches were clean punches. They weren't just kind of wild swings. They were pretty clean. Especially that first one, it just connected, really. Maybe it was the second one, because there was one swing, and then I think he hit, then he got the real connect, and then he hit him a couple other times. But, yeah, and those of you calling the man racist, he's not, granted, he says, Chinaman and stuff, and you can take offense to that. But the girls called him Pinky. The guy was calling him Santa Claus because of his beard, and yeah, you can think that's funny, but, the guy's an older guy, that's just disrespectful, and I don't think these people had a lot of respect. Excuse me, my voice keeps kind of cracking. It's just, this stuff frustrates me a lot, because you see it, and I really wish I could have been there. I'm not saying I would have gone and kicked the guy's ass or anything, but I probably would have stepped in and, said something, just, because it's an old guy, I don't know, what's wrong with people today? I lost my train of thought, and I had it, and I said, oh, that would be a good thought, but I lost it. But yeah, I don't know if, the racism thing, yeah, called him Pinky, they were egging him on. The guy, yeah, his terms, like Chinaman, but that's just how he was raised. those are the terms he grew up with. Plus, he was in noms and stuff like that. At least I'm assuming he was in nom or something like that. Like that's he was obviously not a racist person. Like he never once used the N-word or anything like that. The black guy used the N-word. The black guy also told him to sit his white ass down. I'll shove my foot up your ass. All that other stuff. But yeah, to me, it's a lot of disrespect. There was misunderstanding, obviously. Another guy that got his ass handed to him, he just looked like he had something to prove. That guy's a pinhead, though. Like, because what would that have done for you if you beat up an old man like that? I don't want to. I feel bad calling him a name like that because he can obviously handle himself pretty well, at least one-on-one. So I'm just putting my hand down. It's distracting. But yeah, like what would that have proven? Like, oh, I beat up a almost 70-year-old man, and I'm like 20 years younger than him, possibly 30 years younger than him, maybe even younger. I don't know how old the other guy was. But there was also, like, it was a bittersweet video, because on the other hand, I was really glad to see that guy got it, beat up, because I don't know how much that humbled him, but at least in his mind, that's a blow to his conscience, and maybe he'll do something stupider now, because now he feels like he has to prove something. But yeah, and it's a lot of mixed feelings on that video. But yeah, I would like to see, I'd like to hear a follow-up from the guy to make sure he's okay, and make sure that nothing stupid or anything like that happens to him, because he doesn't deserve that. He's just riding the bus, public transportation, and that should be a safe place. Like, he shouldn't be, people shouldn't be antagonizing you on public transportation. I think I got all I needed to say out. But yeah, I don't care if you subscribe to me or anything like that. I'm not gonna use this video as that. I just want to get my thoughts out, and if people listen, people listen. If they don't, that's fine. I guess I could put the link in the description unless I make this a video response. I don't really know how that works. I've only put one video up to YouTube, and that took forever. This will probably take me like 6 hours to get up, and by the time I get it up, I'm sure it'll be really late, and everyone will have their video responses up, and unless it'll probably get licked over, maybe get a couple views. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of feelings about it. Also, it reminded me a lot of Gran Torino. I don't know if you've seen that movie. That's a great film. But that reminded me a lot of this. Or this reminded me a lot of that. That's not important. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't know who sees this, but if the right person sees this, try to get a follow-up from the guy. I just want to know that guy's fine. I also feel bad for the guy, because if anyone recognizes him from the video, he could get antagonized even more. And that's not funny. Like, I can see, like, teasing people, but this poor guy, like, you don't know him. You don't know what he's been through or what he's seen. So if you do happen to see this guy and you live in Oakland or anything like that, don't pretend like you don't know him. Say hi to him. Like, be nice, be friendly. Don't be a douchebag. But yeah, that's it. You can subscribe if you want. I'm not going to ask you to. I'm not going to say rate or comment. Well, comments would be nice, because I want to know what other people think. But I just wanted to do this to kind of get how I felt off my chest, sort of, because I don't know, stuff like this, it really pulls at me. Like, I could care less what celebrities die, but when I see stuff like this, it pisses me off a lot, like a lot. I don't know, maybe the fact that, see, I'm rambling. Okay, I'm done. Thanks. Sorry for rambling again.